What's happening, everybody? It's a Dealer Destro back with another Transformers Power the Primes video review. And we'll do another 2-for-1 for this video here. We'll be taking a look at Jazz and Moonracer. And I realize he's been out for a while, but I recently procured him on sale at Target. I figured why not? So might as well just include him in this video. So jumping right in. These are both part of the Elita Infinite set, and what's a little bizarre is, so Jazz's limb, but I believe he's an arm, he has the black hand, and then Moonracer has like this green hand. So a little concerned about how this is shaping up. It has the potential for some bit of tackiness, I guess we'll say. So we'll set those to the side. We know what those are already. They come with their respective cards. Artwork on those looks phenomenal. So looks like Moonracer is also intended to be paired up with Prima, and then Jazz is intended to be paired up with Micronus. So so there's that. And then we have the instructions, which again, I like that they're doing this sort of artwork here. I do want to take a peek in here because there is no way that, so on the back of the card here for Moonracer, you see her backpack is sort of folded up, but then here in this artwork you see that it's sort of extended down, and I think this is the right way because no other way works. And we'll look at that in a little more detail. So there's the picture for that on the instructions. And for Jazz as well. So good artwork. All around great artwork. Really appreciating that, even though these just wind up in a box. All right, so jumping in here, we'll just look at Jazz real quick. So great head sculpt, great paint apps on the visor, good tampo paint apps here. They went with the translucent plastic for the headlights. Nice red paint stripe here. A little bit of chipping on the edges, but again, mass release figure. What can you do? Great paint apps on what I believe is the hood piece there underneath. His blaster is cast in this silver finish here, and that looks good. So as far as articulation goes, you can get all the way up, and then, you know, ball jointed elbows. You can expect the full 90 on that. Also should be noted, great tampoed artwork there. And I want to say this is the release that came after the Make America Great Again Cybertronian insignias on the side here. There was apparently some controversy around that. Good paint apps here. Let's see, good paint along the base of the wheel well there. This appears to be painted white over black, which it looks good. So the legs, you know, he'll. I mean, if we were still in the day and age where like we were making vehicles, or you know, they were releasing Titan class figures that turn into vehicles and whatnot, he would hold a vehicle seat no problem. Overall, great posability, good range of motion on the head, I think, in my opinion. And again, these head sculpts are coming out really clean. I mean, the paint apps on that look great for a what I'm gonna dub, you know, a main release figure. I don't believe he has no waist swivel because the combiner port there. Wheels have good range of motion as well. So yeah. So that's Jazz in a nutshell. Now, let's get down to what we're really here for. Moonracer. Phenomenal head sculpt. Amazing, even. Yeah, this is fantastic. They are knocking it out of the park. And I think this one has a little bit more paint on it than Jazz did. And I think overall it's applied fairly well. Got to keep in mind that this looks to be cast in green, and you can kind of see it on the edges here and here. good paint apps on the eyes, the lips, the face overall. The head crest with that, you know, that yellow paint looks to be applied fairly well. And then you got a bit of paint applications on each side of her her helmet there. And then you have the Tampographed Autobot logo. You have the purple paint along in here. This is painted. This is painted. Let's see. I'm gonna say this is painted as well. This looks like it was casting, yeah, this green plastic here. And it looks like white was painted over it. So, and yeah, it has that really, that glossy finish on it. You have a purple paint stamp there. Let's see. Yep, I'm gonna go with that's paint on the legs, paint here on the feet. And then here's kind of where I take issue with this figure. The bottom of her feet have this tampoed, or I should say this paint, this white paint with the tampoed Autobot logo on it, and you have the yellow paint here. Would have been nice if these panels would have kind of folded back around, and then, you know, she would have had a full foot there. Not sure how the engineering would have been hindered with that, but I have concerns anytime there's like finish on the bottom of the feet, because this is what, you know, your wear and tear. There's potential for wear and tear there, which is kind of a bummer. So let's see what else on her. She does have a waist swivel, despite having a combiner port back here. Great range of articulation overall. This figure can, I'm confident this figure can hold a dynamic pose, especially with that extra bit of give on the ankle joints there. Once again, ball joint, shoulder joints, ball jointed elbow joints, and then her blaster fits in her hand pretty snug there. What else? This is okay. So let's talk about this right here. So note that, I mean, she's it kind of is a problem for her to stand just in general, but notice, you know, how she is able to stand with the sort of trench coat look on the backpack. The minute you bring this thing up and around, it's just too much. She can't. You'd have to like. I'm carrying a heavy load there. Their hunchback status is the only way you can get her to stand. With the, wait a minute, am I? Okay, maybe I'm wrong. No, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not wrong. Yeah, it looks like she has to have a slight bend forward for her to stand when it's like that. Even when it's like sort of like that, which is like how it's kind of how it's portrayed on the back of the card art. I guess that. You know, I guess she holds that. In all fairness. All right, fair enough. I think that still looks a little tacky though, hanging out there like that. Like, I'd almost want it to. And see, there's these pegs right here. They don't peg into anything. At least on this piece. So you could do that, and then, you know, have to get it at the right angle, and she, you know, I guess she could stand like that. I guess that's not too terrible. But I guess the point I'm trying to make is with this folded up like that, you're really limited on what you can do. And the instructions appear to have it like that. And that's how this is how she came out of the card, or out of the card too, out of the packaging with it like that. So yeah. So that all in all is Moonracer and Jazz, and I'm really liking what they're doing with these figures here. They are nailing these head sculpts like nobody's business, and it's good. I think it's really good. Oh, I should note, should be noted, there's white paint there, there's white paint there, there's yellow paint there, there's yellow paint there. So this figure has quite a bit of love put into it, I think, despite these sort of hollow bits there. And again, if you fold these in and you fold this up, I think that was the breaking point where, yeah, you really have to. You'd be hard pressed to get her to stand up. And I mean, that looks a little silly right there, but I mean, I guess it's okay to have it like this because then it kind of looks like she's rocking the trench coat look, sort of. And she's got, you know, it's less of a hassle to get her to stand up. But all in all, I think this is a great addition to the Generations line. I think there's, you know, the female robots are definitely underrepresented. So it's good to see that you know, we're getting more of them, I should say. So between her, RC, Elita 1, you know, it's good to see the inclusion there. So we'll come back. We'll take a look at their alt modes here, and then we'll talk final thoughts. Maybe do some side-by-side comparisons with her and the Generations RC as well. All right, so I'm back, and I'm pretty sure I got these transformed right. So here's Jazz, and that looks pretty good. I mean, for what it is, right? He's a combiner limb for this outing, but I still think that looks acceptable for an alt mode, and I think that this deco here distinguishes him as who he's supposed to be. Oh, so this is the shot from the side, from the top, from the front, from the rear, and then cleans up really good underneath. And then here is Moonracer. So her transformation was actually pretty interesting. Easy, but involved. And I would say the Autobot logo there lines up pretty good. I can't get this to close any further. But that's what it looks like from the side. That's from the rear. I think that's the right way. I'm hoping that's the right way. I didn't see how else this would go. And then that's from that side, and then that's from underneath, and that cleans up pretty good actually. So yeah, and so you can do this bit of business here, and I don't know if that's like this tilts, so I don't know if you're supposed to like make the prime armor conform to be the back, or if you take this out and it sort of like wraps around like that, and that's the full picture, and that's what it's supposed to look like from the back. I don't know, but either way, I want to say that works. No, those tabs. Something's keeping these wheels from rolling here. No, I guess not. I guess it rolls, but with some give. And again, maybe I mistransformed this. I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't look at the instructions. So that's that, and it looks okay. So yeah, so we'll be back to talk final thoughts and do some side-by-side comparisons. All right, so there Moonracer is with Generations RC, and I think that looks acceptable. Boy, digging this thing out definitely goes back to a almost different era of figures here. Yeah, but I think all in all, I think that is acceptable for sure. Looks good. And then when we put Mr. Jazz in there with them too, I think that shapes up to be, you know, a pretty good figure offering. But yeah, I think that is acceptable. And I think as the rest of these sort of round themselves out, I think it's only going to get better from here. So yeah, so do I recommend both of these figures? I would say for Jazz, if you can catch him on sale, definitely pick him up. This one is a solid pickup no matter what, full price or on sale. So my final thoughts on that. So till next time, hope y'all take care. Catch y'all on the flip side in the next video, and thanks for tuning in.